I am also, my grandparents immigrated from Okinawa and Japan, and so clearly we all understand the challenges that immigrants have to Hawaii. I really believe it starts with public education because all of our immigrants are attending public education throughout the state, and it really is about giving them and assuring them the opportunity to have full participation in our communities. I have focused on STEM programs, hands-on learning, applied learning, because I do know that immigrants have an easier time learning a lot of different skill sets and knowledge through applied learning programs. And those programs have been focused and have the ability to reach students that have a much harder time in the strict academic settings. Beyond that, I do believe that we need to encourage more international travel. We have been very aggressive in expanding and pursuing pre-clearance for arrivals here so we can break the bottleneck. We need to open a second international terminal so we can get more visitors here. And I've also been a very strong proponent of the EB-5 investment program, which allows nationals from other countries to make business investments in our communities and be able to get extended green cards so they can be more vibrant participants. I also have very close relationships with the Filipino community. I'm the only candidate here with 35 years of private sector experience. I have continued to work in the private sector, and I really have the business perspective. We know how important the Filipinos, immigrants, as well as Filipino Americans here in Hawaii have become to our communities and to our economy. Filipinos have Many of them have started small businesses and have created thriving opportunities for themselves and their families. Filipinos are at the heart of healthcare here in Hawaii, whether it be through care homes, whether it be through working at hospitals, whether it be through providing services in home health and home care services. As chair of the Health Committee, I've been instrumental in working through the healthcare issues here. I've worked with many of the home care services and communities here, working with them to increase the reimbursements so that they arrive at a fair level. I've been very instrumental in working with agriculture, looking for creating opportunities for diversified ag so that those who want to get into the agricultural business can do that. Most importantly, I have been an advocate for small business at the state capitol, working to manage workers' comp and unemployment insurance and other issues in a way that is so important to small business community here in Hawaii. I think first and foremost, it really is about opening up that second international portal into Hawaii. We have been advocating and pushing for establishing that international point of entry at Kona Airport. We are ready to go. It really is about working with the federal government to be able to allow us to do that. And that really is key to opening the gateway to China, because Honolulu International Airport is at its capacity. Beyond that, it really is about pushing for faster clearances of the visa, working with the federal government and the State Department to get more resources so that it doesn't take so long. We've heard with many of the tour groups from China that oftentimes it takes too long for the visitors to get cleared through their visa in order to get over here. We have made investments in HTA to promote more travelers from China. In addition, we have been working with the visitor industry here in Hawaii to be better prepared to work with the Chinese visitor, working to understand what kinds of experiences the Chinese visitor wants, looking at what kind of accommodations they prefer, and then preparing the visitor plan to be able to get signage and other interpretive support so that the visitor from China feels welcome here in Hawaii. And we really do need a comprehensive program dealing with all levels of government, federal, state, and county levels. It is working with the mayors, it's working with the congressional delegation, it is working with state government and governor's office. It does start with housing first, and we need to seek partners in our communities who can provide emergency shelters in each and every community. As you see the numbers of homeless people expand across the state, they are in those communities for a reason, and we need to find emergency shelters for them. And we need to triage, take those most motivated to get out of the state of homelessness first, and then provide state mental health, health services, substance abuse services. 10% are veterans, so federal services that they're entitled to. Looking at all of the services that state government, county government, federal government can provide to help them. I do not support the constitutional amendment that allows taxpayer dollars to be spent on private preschools. I understand what the importance of early education is. However, it would cost $125 million to provide preschool for the 17,500 four-year-olds across the state. We don't have enough private preschools to handle all of those children. Most importantly, the private preschools are not in the communities where they are needed most. In those communities that the parents cannot afford them, the private preschools are non-existent. The third thing really is about how would we be able to initiate the constitutional amendment at a time when the state budget has really no capacity for increased funding in this area. So for those reasons, I don't believe I would be supporting the constitutional amendment.